Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Code Board meeting of April 3rd. If you will, join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We had to start on time this morning because Mrs. Monahan, our favorite board member, is here, and we're so happy.
I truly do.
Could we have a roll call, please, of the board members?
Mrs. Monahan?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Fogg?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hoffman?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Murdoch?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Curry?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, could we have a motion for the approval of the minutes of March 6th, please?
I'll make a motion to approve.
It's a motion made. Do I hear a second? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign.
Who was that second, please?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Taylor.
And who was the first?
Mr. Curry.
Mr. Curry. Okay, we ready? Could we have swearing in and staff members, please?
Please state your name for the record.
Carl Peterson.
Daniel Williams.
Monica Vargas Barrios.
Melissa Brubaker.
Monica Graziani.
Ed Roseberry.
Lynn Swartzel.
Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, if there are no questions on the consent agenda, could we have a motion to accept as presented by staff?
I move that the consent agenda be approved as presented.
Okay, do we hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Murdoch. All in favor, please, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, if you'll bear with us, folks, we have a pretty quick agenda here today, we hope. So we'll try to get through it as quickly as we can, and welcome to all of you. Glad you're here. Okay, under the violation hearings, number one, this is continued from October 30th, 2012 meeting. Case number 70930, location violation, 1301 Midway Road, Mary and Marine, City Q. How do you, are they here? Wow. We tried to help. Okay. Number 2 has been removed. Number 3 has been removed. Number 4 has been abated. Number 5 has been evaded. Number 6 has been abated. We are doing number 7. Case number 74667. Location of violation 7906 Bamboo Drive, J.P. Morgan Chase Bank. Number 8 has been abated. Number 9 has been abated. Number 10 has been abated. Number 11 has been removed. Number 12 has been abated. Number 13 has been removed. Number 14, case number 74184, 5714 Silver Oak Drive, Netley and Deborah Brancaccio. Thank you. Okay, number 15, case number is, there's a scripter's error there. It should be 74230. Location of violation, 2724 Navajo Avenue, Daniel Cozine. 16, case number 73990, 6405 Doris Drive, Arthur Zippelin. Superior. Welcome, sir. Would you please go to the podium there and state your name and address?
Arthur Superior, 6405 Doris Drive.
Okay, would you raise your right hand and be sworn in, please?
Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, and make sure you speak into the microphone. Bear with us. We're going to hear from Lynn Schwartzel, and then we'll be right with you, sir.
For the record, I'm submitting 6 photos, 2 dated September 27, 2012, and 4 dated April 1st, 2013. During my first inspection, I found 6405 Doris Drive to be in violation of 11.05.01 building and sign permits. To obtain a permit for the renovations to the house, I issued a letter and gave a compliance date of November 3rd, 2012. I've had contact with the property owner and discussed ways to bring the property into compliance. After no response since our meeting, I issued a notice to appear on March 6, 2013. As of April 2, 2013, this property still remains in violation.
Okay, sir, are you in violation or are you not?
I have no idea. These windows, they're talking about these windows, were put in 2004, in between the two hurricanes. I was in New York. When I came back, there was windows broken from the hurricane. I replaced them. I do home improvement work. I replaced them. The guys came, asked me if I had a permit. I said, no, I don't have a permit. We'll get in touch with you, and then you go down and pay for your permit. I said, that's fine. 9 years later, I get this in the mail. I went and talked to somebody about it. They said, get a letter or certificate, what kind of windows. These are similar to the windows I put in. They never got in touch with me again, and I got this in the mail, and that's why I'm here.
Okay, and you never took it upon yourself just to come down and see if you could...
I did come down, and they said, yeah, I brought this down, what kind of windows were put in. These windows I have inside my house, they're not put in yet, similar to the windows that were put in 2004. They said they were going to get in touch with me, and they never did, and then I got this registered letter 2.5 weeks ago.
So it's our fault?
No, it's nobody's fault. I just want to know what I had to pay. That's all. I asked them that.
Okay. All right. Very good. I think probably what we have to do here, Ms. Swartzel, what is the next step for him?
He has to get a permit. Mr. Peterson and I spoke with him. Mr. Peterson explained the permit process with him and what he had to do, and we told him he needed a permit for it.
Okay. All right.
Mr. Chairman, I have a
Mr.
question.
Curry.
Sir, so you've never finished doing this? So this is the way it's been since 2004?
That's right, because I'm going through a modification, and I'm not going to put any more money into the house unless I know I'm going to keep it. But I want to re-side it. I want to put a new roof on as soon as I get the new modification. But to put money into a house I might lose doesn't make any sense.
Is there someone living there now?
Yeah, I live in there.
Okay.
What is a modification, please?
A loan modification from the bank.
Okay.
Have you ever pulled a permit for anything you've done here? You
No,
said
that's
that.
the only thing I've done there.
Did you not say you do remodeling?
Yes.
Okay. Have you've never had to pull any type, you say 9 years ago, you've never done any work there or never where you needed a permit?
I
for
fixed some holes in the house and stuff like that. When I first moved in, I fixed a few things. The doors didn't even shut. They didn't even lock. So I did all that.
But
there.
you did not have a permit for anything that you've done?
When I put the windows in, 3 guys from the building department came there. They said, do you have a permit? I said, no. They said, don't worry about it. You get it done because another hurricane was coming, and we'll be in touch with you. Okay. 9 years later, I get a letter.
Okay. We'll see if we can't get through this.
I want to just pay for what permit I have to pay for.
I think, do you realize that you have to get a permit now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Very good. I think we're just looking for some time here. And you plan on going down and get the permit soon?
Yes, I brought the thing. They asked me to get something to show what type of windows were put in. So this is similar to the windows I put in. But they were all blown out, so I had to do something. I couldn't leave them open.
During the hurricane time, it was very difficult for a lot of people.
It was in between the 2 hurricanes in 2004.
Okay. So all we're asking you to do is go ahead and get a permit. We're going to give you some time.
Okay, that'll be fine.
Then from there, but please stay in touch with them. Don't,
No, it's, well,
okay.
It said
It's a two-way street, so
because
stay in
they
touch
said they were going to get in touch with me. And then I got this registered letter.
Okay. Just
All right.
bear with us. I think we're looking for a motion here. Time frame. I think if you've already been in touch with them about getting a permit, what are we talking, 60 days?
Yeah. Mr. Chairman, I have a motion.
Yes, sir.
I hereby move in reference to case number 73990 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. If you're hearing the facts in this case, the testimony and the recommendation of staff with regards to the existence of a violation, we determine the violation in fact did occur and the alleged violator committed the violation. An order of enforcement is warranted. If the order of enforcement is not complied with by June 7th, 2013, a fine of up to $250 per day may be imposed. A cost of $200 has been imposed as the cost for prosecuting this case. Please take notice that on the first Wednesday of the month after the date given for compliance at 9 a.m. or soon thereafter, as may be heard, a fine hearing will be held if the violation is not abated by the given compliance date.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, second by Mr. Taylor. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, sir, you've been given till June 7th to get your permitting in place, and please stay in touch with them.
Who do I get in touch with now? Just go to the building
You get
department?
in touch with this lady right over here, Miss Lynn. Lynn Schwartzel. She'll take care of you. Or anybody else in staff, I'm sure will try to help you.
Okay.
All right, but you have to go there. You can't sit back and wait for them to come to you.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. And if you would, see a lady back here with her hand up. She wants to see you before you leave.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, 17, case number 74736, location violation next to 6995 Turnpike Feeder Road, 34951, Lisa Cruz Jr. Is there anybody here representing that? Okay. Going to 18, it's been abated. 19, case number 74145, location of violation 5100 St. Lucie Boulevard, Fort Pierce, Guadamonte Incorporated. Number 20, case number 74054, 7402 Citrus Park Boulevard, Fort Pierce, Florida, Robert E. Mitchell Estate. 21 has been removed. We're on number 22, which is case number 75095, location of violation 5415 Fort Pierce Boulevard, Elgin and Lee I.A. Hips. Okay, number 23 has been abated. Number 24 has been removed. 1 of 25 has been abated. 26 has been abated. 27 has been abated. 28 has been abated. 29 has been abated. 30 has been abated. And we are on 31, case number 74171, location of violation 2502 Tamarind Drive, Seahorse Beach Bungalows. Thirty-two has been abated, 33 has been abated, 34, location of violation 8761 U.S. Highway 1, Port St. Lucie, Russell and Betty Hall. This is to have been a have-been. I think we need a motion on this, and they want no prosecuting cost on this.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman, can you explain to me what a to-have-been is? I've never seen that before.
Jack?
Well, that means that it's been taken care of and don't do it again. All right?
Or you become a repeat
Or become a repeat violator.
So we just need a motion on
No, you don't.
We don't?
If nobody's here, it can just fall on the defaults.
Okay. Russell and Betty Hall? Oh,
Oh, they are.
you're very quiet back there. You're supposed to speak up. Hold your hand up. Oh, is there anything you'd like to say? Yeah, come up here, please. I'm sorry.
Just for the record, also, 34 and 35 are companions.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Barrows. If you please state your name into the microphone.
Cynthia Friend, I'm the property manager for Russell and Betty Hall.
Oh, okay, would you raise your right hand, please?
Right.
And be sworn in?
You affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay.
Can I have your address, please?
It's Friend Realty, 8737 South US 1, Port St. Lucie.
Okay. Mrs. Barrows, do you have anything that you'd like to present?
Yes.
Okay.
For the record, I'm submitting 9 photos, 2 dated December 11, 2012, 4 dated February 24, 2013, taken by Officer Brubaker, and 3 dated March 14, 2013. On December 11, 2012, a notice of violation was sent to Master Jim at 8761 South US Highway 1 to please remove the signs from the property, as these are not allowed. This is in violation of St. Lucie County Land Development Code 9.03.00, prohibited signs, with a correction date of January 4, 2013. On a Sunday, February 24, 2013, Officer Brubaker, who was the officer on call for that weekend, took the pictures showing the signs are still out on the property. Therefore, on February 28, 2013, the notice to appear was sent. Staff also has confirmation the Master Gym is putting the signs out after 5 p.m. On March 14, 2013, the signs appear to be removed. Staff is bringing this case as it to have been in violation, as staff has spoken with the owner of Master Gym several times regarding the signs.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Barrows. We really appreciate that. Ma'am, you understand, why you're here today, right?
I do.
Okay, and you were in violation, correct?
That's
I think
correct.
we were. Okay, these are two cases that are companion cases, so we're looking for a motion on each one, I believe.
Read it, Brad. You know where it is. Which one is it?
What page is it?
Page 5.
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about how... Mr. Chairman, if I just may say something. I mean,
Yes, sir,
it's
Mr.
frustrating
Curry.
for me, being a business owner in St. Lucie County, and this gentleman who owns this gym, I bet you, is seeing some sort of benefit from these signs, or he wouldn't go through the hassle of putting them out there, and now you take them away, and it's just heartbreaking to me to think about having something that you think will work and then not being able to do it. I mean, I just wanted to put that on the record.
I think the issue is getting a permit for said signs, is it not?
He could obtain permits, he could apply for a special event permit and put signage or balloons, flyers, whatever he'd like out there, maximum 60 days per year. So there are avenues that he could follow. It's just not on a daily basis that you can have unpermitted signs out near the right-of-way.
Okay, thank you, Mr. President. And that, and having said that, and Mr. Curry, I understand what you're saying, but there are ways they can do it and do it properly. And
It's just a lot of work to get those signs out there every day, and so they must be working.
This is true, and I'm sure it does. But anyway, so we're looking for a motion,
Got to
please.
do it within the rules.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay, we're looking for a motion.
Okay, I'll do it. I hereby move in reference to case number 74690 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in the case, the testimony, and the recommendation of staff with regard to the existence of a violation, we determine the violation in fact did occur and the alleged violator committed the violation and order enforcement is warranted. The violator is hereby ordered to refrain from future violations. Failure to keep the property in compliance may result in enforcement action as a repeat violation, in which case a fine of up to $500 per day may be imposed from the date of notice to the violator of the repeat violation.
Okay, there's a motion. Here, a second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Taylor. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Also, Mr. Curry, would you like to do 35?
Yes, sir. I hereby move in reference to case number 74689 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in the case, the testimony, and the recommendation of staff with regard to the existence of a violation, we determine the violation in fact did occur and the alleged violator committed the violation. An order of enforcement is warranted. The violator is hereby ordered to refrain from future violations. Failure to keep the property in compliance may result in enforcement action as a repeat violation, in which case a fine of up to $500 per day may be imposed from the date of notice to the violator of the repeat violation.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. Do I hear a second, please?
Second.
Second by Mr. Taylor. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, ma'am, thank you for coming and represent them today. We appreciate it. Okay, we're moving to 36, which has been removed. 37's been abated. 38 has been abated. We're going, that is the end of the violation hearings. Could we have the hall sounded, please, and the...
I'll read the
If you would.
no-show defaults.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Case number 70930, location violation, 1301 Midway Road, Fort Pierce, Florida. Property owner Mary and Marianne Sadecki. Case number 74667, location of violation, 5906 Bamboo Drive, Fort Pierce, Florida, 34982. Mortgage holder J.P. Morgan Chase Bank. Case number 74184, location of violation 5714 Silver Oak Drive, Fort Pierce, Florida, 34982. Property owner Natalie and Deborah Brancaccio. Case number, I believe I got these numbers right, 74320.
No, sir, it's 74230.
Pardon?
74230.
74230, okay, thank you. Location of violation 2724 Navajo Avenue, Fort Pierce, Florida, 34946. Property owner Daniel Cozine. Case number 74736, location of violation next to 695 Turnpike Feeder Better Road, Fort Pierce, Florida, 34951. Property owner Eliza Cruz Jr. Case number 74145, location of violation 5100 St. Lucie Boulevard, Fort Pierce, Florida, 34946. Property owner Quad Tomati Incorporated. Case number 74054, location of violation 7402 Citrus Park Boulevard, Fort Pierce, Florida, 34951. Property owner Robert E. Mitchell Estates. Case number 75095, location of violation 5415 Fort Pierce Boulevard, Fort Pierce, Florida, 34951. Property owner Elgin and Lee Hips. Case number 74171, location of violation 2502 Tamarin Drive, Fort Pierce, Florida, 34949. Property owner Seahorse Beach Bungalows. That concludes the default hearings.
Okay, very good. Mr. Taylor?
I hereby move in reference to cases read into the record that the Code Enforcement Board enter an order finding these alleged violators are in default as they did not appear to protest the violations against them, and that the Board adopt the recommendations of staff as set forth in the agenda.
I second.
Okay, is a second by Mr. Murdoch. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, thank you very much. Now we're going into the fine hearings. Case number 73724, 2416 St. Lucie Boulevard. Joe Chauncey. Ms. Schwartzer.
For the record, I'm resubmitting one photo dated October 29, 2012, and submitting one photo dated February 5, 2013, and one dated April 1, 2013. 2416 St. Lucie Boulevard was originally brought to the November 7, 2012 Code Board and found in violation of 13.09.00 Exterior Property Maintenance Code, Article 103.5.1, unsafe building or structure, to obtain a permit to repair or demolish the unsafe structure due to the fire damage. The Board gave until March 9, 2013 to bring the property into compliance. On March 8, 2013, a permit was issued for the demolition of the property, and on March 12, 2013, the permit was finalized. This property was in violation for 4 days, and staff is recommending no fine.
Okay, very good. Anybody on the board have any questions on this? They did take care of it and got it down. That's great. Looking for a motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, ma'am.
I hereby move in reference to case number 73724 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony, and the report of staff with regard to the existence of a violation, we determine the violations have been abated and no fine is imposed.
Okay, there's a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second.
Okay. 3 seconds. Okay, take your choice, whichever one you like. All in favor say aye, please.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, number 2's been abated, number 3's been abated, number 4 has been abated, and we're on number 5. Case number 73295, location of violation 3407 Avenue Q, Fort Pierce, Florida. Dean Bryan.
It's Avenue O.
Oh, excuse me, Avenue O. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dean Bryan is not here. Danielle Williams, please.
For the record, I'm submitting one photo dated February 5th, 2013, and 2 photos dated April 1st, 2013. On July 23rd, 2012, I issued a notice of violation letter and gave a compliance date of August 6, 2012, for being in violation of Section 1-9-32, public nuisance, for having excessive overgrowth of grass and weeds. After getting the compliance, I brought the case before the February 6, 2013 Code Enforcement Board hearing. No one was present at the meeting. The board found the property in default and gave a compliance date of March 8, 2013. I've had no contact with the property owner, and as of April 1st, 2013, the property is still in violation.
Okay, thank you very much. It sounds like that evidently this person did not get the message. So we're looking for a motion, I believe. If there's any questions from the board?
Is the house occupied?
No, it's abandoned.
What's up with those windows that are standing wide open there?
Well, Ed has a case on it. We just cited them recently, but
Okay.
it's abandoned. It's not in foreclosure.
All right.
It's a shame because we went way back to July of last year
Yep.
that this happened, and that, but they pay no attention. So anyway, we're looking forward for a motion, please.
I'll make
Yes,
a
ma'am.
motion. I hereby move, in reference to case 73295, that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony and the report of staff that the violation still exists, and having considered the gravity of the violation, the actions, if any, taken by the violator to correct the violation and any previous violations, we make the following determination. A fine of $250 per day shall be imposed for each day the violation exists, starting March the 9th, 2013, with a maximum fine not to exceed $5,000.
Okay, do I hear a second, please?
I second.
A second by Mr. Murdoch. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, number 6, case number 73432, 2706 Walker Drive, Elise Bronson. Danielle Williams.
For the record, I'm submitting one photo dated August 7, 2012, one photo dated February 5, 2013, and 2 photos dated April 1, 2013. On August 14, 2012, I issued a notice of violation letter and gave a compliance date of August 28, 2012, for being in violation of Section 1-9-32D, public nuisance, for having excessive overgrowth of grass and weeds. After getting no compliance, I brought the case before the February 6, 2013 Code Enforcement Board hearing. No one was present. The board found the property in default and gave a compliance date of March 8, 2013. I've had no contact with the property owner, and as of April 1st, the property is still in violation.
Okay, very good. Looks like the city's doing some work on the sidewalk.
Is the house occupied?
No, and it's not in foreclosure.
Okay. I guess we're looking for a motion. Please?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion.
Yes, sir.
I hereby move in reference to case number 73432 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony and the report of staff, that the violation still exists, and having considered the gravity of the violation, the actions, if any, taken by the violator to correct the violation and any previous violations, we make the following determination. A fine of $250 per day shall be imposed for each day the violations exist, starting with March 9, 2013, with a maximum fine not to exceed $5,000.
Okay, there's a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Monahan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, number 7, case number 73769, location of violation, 2603 Essex Drive, Fort Pierce, Florida. Ida M. McMims. Okay, Danielle Williams, please.
For the record, I'm submitting one photo dated September 13, 2012, one photo dated February 5, 2013, and two photos dated April 1, 2013. On September 20, 2012, I issued a notice of violation letter and gave a compliance date of October 4, 2012, for being in violation of Section 13.09.00, Exterior Property Maintenance Code, Article 103.5, Unsafe Structure, to repair the broken windows and to paint the wood over the windows the same color as the home. After getting no compliance, I brought the case before the February 6, 2013 Code Enforcement Board hearing. No one was present at the meeting. The board found the property in violation by default and gave a compliance date of March 8, 2013. I've had no contact with the property owner, and as of April 1, 2013, the property is still in violation.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Williams. Is there any questions from the board? If not, we're looking for a motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Ms. Monahan?
I hereby move in reference to case number 73769 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony and the report of staff, that the violation still exists, and having considered the gravity of the violation, the actions, if any, taken by the violator to correct the violation and any previous violations, we make the following determination. A fine of $250 per day shall be imposed for each day the violation exists, starting March the 9th, 2013, with a maximum fine not to exceed $5,000.
Okay, there was a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay, second by Mr. Murdoch. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, like sign. Okay. Now we're going to, number 8 has been abated. Number 9, case number 73755, 5213 Bowling Green Drive, Fort Pierce, Florida. Ricardo Pilat and Sarah Bruzzi. Danielle Williams, please.
For the record, I'm submitting two photos dated February 4, 2013, and two photos dated April 1, 2013. On September 10, 2012, I issued a notice of violation letter and gave a compliance date of September 24, 2012, for being in violation of Section 1-9-32D for having excessive overgrowth of grass and weeds. After getting no compliance, I brought the case before the February 6, 2013 Code Enforcement Board hearing. No one was present. The board found the property in default and gave a compliance date of March 8, 2013. As of April 1, 2013, the property is in violation. It's still in violation. No one lives there, and the property is not in foreclosure.
You know, this is amazing when you look at these pictures. You just wonder how it can take that long.
It stuns me how people can just walk away and think that...
And we can see that in foreclosures and things like that, but it's not in foreclosure?
No.
Isn't that amazing? You would not know there was a home in there, really, from the street as it appears. So we're looking for a motion, please, on this case.
You know, what's up with that fence, too?
Mr. Chairman, I have a motion.
Yes, sir.
I hereby move in reference to case number 73755 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony and the report of staff that the violation still exists, having considered the gravity of violation, the actions, if any, taken by the violator to correct the violations, and any previous violations, we make the following determination. A fine of $250 per day shall be imposed for each day the violation exists, starting with March 9, 2013, with the maximum fine not to exceed $5,000.
Okay, there's second by Ms. Monahan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, very good. Number 10, case number 73316, 2110 Jacobs Road, Jerry Size and Kevin Sawyers. Ms. Williams.
For the record, I'm submitting one photo dated December 31st, 2012, one photo dated February 5th, 2013, and two photos dated April 1st, 2013. On July 25, 2012, former Officer Prestridge issued a notice of violation letter and gave a compliance date of August 15, 2012, for being in violation of Section 8.00.03F, particular permitted accessory structure, for not having the proper registration for the boat, and Section 1-9-32D for having excessive overgrowth of grass and weeds. After getting no compliance, I brought the case before the February 6, 2013 Code Enforcement Board meeting. No one was present at the meeting. The board found the property in default and gave a compliance date of March 8, 2013. However, April 1, 2013, the property is still in violation. It is not in foreclosure and there's no one living there.
Where is this?
It is off of Sunrise.
South of Edwards Road.
Okay.
There's the aerial.
Lakeside.
Not the
The reason you can't find it is you can't see it.
Yeah.
Well, looking for a motion, please.
I hereby move in reference to case number 73316 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony, and the report of staff that the violation still exists, and having considered the gravity of the violation, the actions, if any, taken by the violator to correct the violation and any previous violations, we make the following determination. A fine of $250 per day shall be imposed for each day the violation exists, starting March the 9th, 2013, with a maximum fine not to exceed $5,000.
Thank you, Ms. Monahan. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Taylor. All in favor, say aye, please.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, moving right along, we're on number 11, case number 74361, 170 Bonita Court, Port St. Lucie, James L. Preston Estate. Melissa Brubaker, please.
This case was found in default at the February Code Board and was given until March 9th, 2013 to come into compliance. For the record, I am submitting two photos, one dated October 30th, 2012, and one dated April 1st, 2013. During my first inspection on October 30th, 2012, I found 170 Bonita Court in violation of 13.09.00, Article 303.02, protective treatment. They need to repair the roof. I issued a letter and gave a compliance date of November 26, 2012. I have had no contact with the owner, and as of April 2nd, 2013, the property is still in violation.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Brubaker. Is there any questions from the board? If not, we're looking for a motion.
Has a permit been pulled to repair that?
No.
No?
Okay, somebody on the board this morning? Everybody wake up.
How about it, boys?
Gentlemen? Yes.
No.
Knock yourself out.
Go ahead,
I'm
sir.
not doing it. Do not.
Okay, I'll make a motion. I hereby move in reference to case number 74361 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony, and the report of staff that violations still exist, having considered the gravity of the violation, the actions, if any, taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations, we make the following determination. A fine of $250 per day shall be imposed for each day the violation still exists, starting March 9, 2013, with a maximum fine not to exceed $5,000.
Okay, there was a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Taylor. All in favor, say aye, please.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, number 12 has been abated. Number 13 has been abated. Number 14, case number 66140, Thomas H. Vinson. Melissa, is there anybody available? Ms. Brubaker?
This case was found in default at the February Code Board and was given until March 9, 2013 to come into compliance. For the record, I am submitting two photos, one dated October 1, 2010, and one dated April 1, 2013. During my first inspection, I found 5201 Sunset in violation of 1-9-32 overgrowth. I issued a notice of violation and gave until July 26, 2010 to come into compliance. During that time, the property went into foreclosure, and recently it has been dismissed. I've had no contact with the owner, and as of April 1st, 2013, the property remains in violation.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Any questions to the board? If not, we're looking for a motion.
What's that mean, dismissed? It's no longer
They
in...
gave the home back to the owner.
Oh. Okay.
They didn't cut the grass before they did it. All right.
Okay. Do you want to do it, or you want me to?
I'll read one.
Okay.
I hereby move in reference to case number 66140 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony, and the report of the staff, that the violations still exist, and having considered the gravity of the violations, the actions, if any, taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violation, we make the following determination. A fine of $250 per day shall be imposed for each day the violation exists, starting March 9th, 2013, with a maximum fine not to exceed $5,000.
Thank you, Mr. Murdock. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, second by Mr. Hoffman. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, like sign. Okay, I think that takes care of the things we're going into repeat violations. We'll start off with case number one. Number one is case number 75689, location of violation 207 Camino Street, Edward J. Rogers Estate. Is there anybody representing? Good morning, ma'am. Welcome to our meeting. You've been very patient. Would you please speak into the microphone, state your name and address, please?
Melanie Rogers, 207 Southeast Camino Street.
Okay.
Sorry, Port St. Lucie, Florida, 34952.
Okay, very good. Would you please raise your right hand and be sworn in?
Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Do you need some water or something? You okay?
Yeah.
Yes, you do, or yes, you need some water?
May I get some water?
Here.
Yes.
There, she's got one.
Okay, if you bear with us, we're going to hear from Melissa Brubaker.
Yes, ma'am.
207 Camino was found in violation on May 2nd, 2012 for 1-9-32 overgrowth. On March 5th, 2013, 207 Camino was again found in violation of 1-9-32 for overgrowth and is a repeat violator. For the record, I am submitting two photos, one dated March 5th, 2013, and one dated March 21st, 2013. The property abated on March 22nd, 2013, and was in violation for 16 days. Mrs. Rogers is here to explain the reasons.
On the day that I was supposed to receive the first notice, I wasn't at home. I was at work, and I was having a communication problem with my lawn man because he doesn't speak English that well. And every time I try to call him and try to communicate that I needed my lawn cut, he gave me an excuse that the people across the street, they need their lawn cut, so he couldn't come out. So between that time, excuse me, between that time, I kept looking for somebody else. I finally found somebody else who I believe will be more reliable, because this was the only incident since my first violation that I have been able to keep up with my lawn. And it was just a miscommunication between me and my lawn man because he doesn't speak English well. I know I'm in violation. I just wanted to be given a second chance, that's all.
Okay, well, I think that, we're trying, I think this might be a second chance, I'm not really sure, because that's why it's a repeat violation, and you did it once. And I know that you go there every day and and the trees grow and the grass grows, but it's just something that, and you're right, there are many other lawn people out there that do cut the grass. So, I don't know, it's going to be up to the board here what they decide, but it's really unnecessary that it should be like this, very unnecessary. So does anybody on the board have any questions?
Mr. Chairman, has the problem been taken care of? Has it been mowed or?
Yes, it has been mowed, and it's going to be mowed again this weekend.
Okay, and
But we don't have a photo from yesterday or the day before?
No.
No, we don't have an abated photo.
okay. Let me ask you another
Are
question.
you aware that it's been abated?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay. What about the bushes and all such as that?
No.
Have you cut any of the shrubbery? Has any of the shrubbery been cut? It's not just cutting the grass.
Oh, they come out and basically do the whole lawn, which I mean, I guess they do cut the shrubbery. I have to find somebody else to come out and cut that big bush in front of my house because I don't like it there.
How long have you lived there?
Since May of 2009, when my father passed away.
Since 2009, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you see this, and I'm sure if you spoke to the lawn man, he would either do it for you or he would know somebody that would do it.
Yes, sir.
But there's no reason for you to have to keep coming back because it could end up costing you money.
Yes, I understand, sir.
You know, and we're not here to try to see if we can, how much money we can charge you. We're here to try to just get something.
We
get
just want it
handled.
cleaned up and we want to
Oh, no,
keep
I
it clean.
understand. I understand.
Can you imagine being your neighbor?
Oh, no, I couldn't imagine. That's why I try to keep my lawn cut.
Okay, well, obviously, it's
Well, you're not doing a very good job. You need to get with it.
No, I understand.
And those bushes are important as well. Do you also understand that you could have a $5,000 fine when you walk out of here today?
Yes.
You know how many lawn people $5,000 buys?
Yes, I understand.
Does anybody have any other questions? Anybody from the board? If not, we're looking for a motion as to determine what to do here on a repeat violation.
Do you live here by yourself? I mean, is there someone here living with you that can help you do this? No.
How about if looking at this, how about if we set this aside and hold it to another meeting? Would that be good or not good for staff?
That's no good. I don't like that.
To make sure that all this gets done, what she says is going to get done, or just might be more complicated than we think.
I'm inclined to,
How's the board feel about it?
I don't know.
I'd like to see, give her
some reason.
Leadway here, so if she's got it done, I'd like to see the
Yeah.
results of it and see what it looks like.
We don't want to fine you. But the other hand, you've got to maintain this yard. If you don't want to maintain the yard, you need to sell the house.
No, I understand. I understand.
Can we give her like 30 days to our next meeting and?
You can start the fine in 30 days, can you not?
Yeah.
We can delay the fine going.
Absolutely.
Can't we, Jack?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, it is abated already, so, I mean, you could continue it to decide if you want to issue a ruling in 30 days for us to bring in abatement pictures to show you, and obviously we would tell you if it reoccurred. But if it overgrows again, that would be a new case now. It's not going to be based on this case, because this case has stopped.
I understand that, but we say it's abated, but there's still the shrubbery and all such as that, which maybe at that time had not been mentioned. I mean, as we look
And in
at
our notice of violation, though, we indicated just the grass and the weeds. So if that,
Right.
we would bring that as a new case.
Okay.
But it
All
would
right.
still be a repeat because the shrubbery is under the same section as the grass and the weeds.
And I can promise you, you won't get a pass next time.
No, I understand, ma'am. I understand.
That this is number 2.
No, I understand.
Okay, it's up to the board as to what you want to do. Staff's recommendation is there, whether you do a one-time fine or maximum or whatever. But we need to do something, so we're looking for a motion.
I don't know that I understood what you said earlier. Would you prefer to have a post-dated fine or a continuance?
Staff does not feel that you can do a post-dated fine because it's abated, so it's either you do a fine for the 16 days and that's it, But if you want more evidence from staff, like a picture of the abatement, and obviously we would continue to monitor during that time, and you want to continue the repeat hearing till next board meeting to make a decision on how much fine you want to do, staff feels you can do that also.
You know, after looking at this, if you read this really, I mean, with everything that they put in here, if you wanted to go to just the prosecution costs, which is a kind of a, you know, a little bit of deterrent there, and then I'm sure with that in mind, the next time around would be something that would not be. We're trying to work through this.
No
Bear with us. Did you bring a lot of money today?
I have my debit card.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I was just kidding.
Okay, I'm going to try this and see how it goes here.
Okay, Ms. Monahan.
I hereby move in reference to case number 75689 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. Hold on a minute. What is this? This is...
That's to show the property has abated. Abatement pictures of the grass being cut on the 26th.
Okay. All right, we're still on the same case, and we're still making the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony and the report of staff that the violation previously committed has been repeated, and having considered the gravity of the violation, the actions, if any, taken by the violator to correct the violation and any previous violations, we make the following determination. There will be no fine imposed today, zero fine. A cost of $200 shall be imposed as a cost for prosecuting this case. Does that work? Okay.
I think that'll work.
I'll second it.
Okay, second by Mr. Curry. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign.
Thank you.
Okay, now you understand what we did here today?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, and please take care of that and handle it. And there's a lady back there. She'll show her hand, and you can see her on the way out, please.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, number 2, case number 75716, location of violation 110 Solaz Avenue, James Duncan. Melissa Brubaker.
110 Solaz was found in violation on June 2nd, 2010 for 1-9-19 for junk, trash, and debris. On March 6, 2013, 110 Solaz was again found in violation for 1-9-19 for junk, trash, and debris and is a repeat violator. For the record, I am submitting 5 photos, 2 dated March 6, 2013, 1 dated March 26, 2013, and 2 dated April 1, 2013. I've had no contact with the owner, and as of April 2nd, 2013, the violation still exists.
Okay, there doesn't appear to be anybody here representing them, so I guess we're looking for a motion, please.
Want me?
Sure. We like you.
Yeah, you just like that I'm reading. I hereby move in reference to case number 75716 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony and the report of staff that the violation previously committed has been repeated, and having considered the gravity of the violation, the actions, if any, taken by the violator to correct the violation and any previous violations, we make the following determination. A fine of $500 per day shall be imposed for each day the violation exists, starting March the 7th, 2013, with a maximum fine not to exceed $5,000. A cost of $200 shall be imposed as a cost for prosecuting this case.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Monahan. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Curry and Mr. Taylor. Your choice. And all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, like sign. Okay, now that takes care of the repeat violation hearings. We now will go to the referral to the Board of County Commissioners. Danielle Williams.
For the record, I'm submitting 2 photos dated April 1st, 2013. The property was cited for being in violation of Section 1-9-32D for having excessive overgrowth of grass and weeds, and Section 13.09.00 Exterior Property Maintenance Code, Article 301.3, Vacant Structures and Land. The property has been brought before the board previously, and a fine has been imposed. After getting no compliance, staff is asking the board to refer this case to the BOCC to have the county abate the property.
Excuse me, abate the property.
Yes, staff is asking the Code Enforcement Board to refer this case to the BOCC to have the county abate the property.
Oh, okay. All right, very good. I understand. Okay, we're looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Yes, sir, Mr. Curry.
I hereby move in reference to case number 74504 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in the case, the testimony, and the recommendation of staff with regard to the existence of a violation, we determine the condition caused by the violation presents a serious threat to the public health, safety, and welfare, and staff is directed to notify the St. Lucie County Board of County Commissioners of these conditions.
Okay, thank you very much. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, number 2, case number 75945, location violation 206 North 24th Street. Shelley Zellman, Danielle Williams.
For the record, I'm submitting 2 photos dated April 1st, 2013. The property was cited for being in violation of Section 1-9-32D for having excessive overgrowth of grass and weeds. This property is in foreclosure, so the staff is asking the board to refer this case to the Board of County Commissioners to have the property abated.
Okay, thank you very much, Danielle. I guess we're looking for a motion on this one also.
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Curry?
I hereby move in reference to case number 75945 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in the case, the testimony, and the recommendation of staff with regard to the existence of a violation, we determine the condition caused by the violation presents a serious threat to the public health, safety, and welfare, and staff is directed to notify the St. Lucie County Board of County Commissioners of these conditions.
Okay, do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by let me see what's that. Ms. Monahan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. I'm sorry I got stopped in the middle there. I was trying to remember who you were married to.
Oh,
Okay. Number 3,
25
case
years.
number 75871. Location of violation 150 Solaz Avenue, Port St. Lucie. Joseph Palopoli, Jr. Melissa Brubaker.
For the record, I am submitting 2 photos, one dated March 26, 2013, and one dated April 1st, 2013. 150 Solaz was cited for 1-9-32 for overgrowth. This property is in foreclosure, and the neighbors are complaining about the overgrowth, and staff recommends this to be referred to the Board of County Commissioners for compliance.
Okay, thank you very much. That picture, one of the other pictures, they had 4 cars in the yard. What date was that taken?
That's the area of 2010.
Okay, all right, very good. A lot of people there.
When we, can we request they pull out that pepper tree that's in the front yard? Right there? Isn't that a pepper tree? It looks like it.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Okay, we're looking for a motion, please.
I hereby move in reference to case number 75871 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony, and the recommendation of staff with regard to the existence of a violation, we determine the condition caused by the violation presents a serious threat to the public health, safety, and welfare, and staff is directed to notify the St. Lucie County Board of County Commissioners of these conditions.
Second.
Okay, second by Mr. Curry. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, number 4, case number 75872. Location of violation 190 Solaz Avenue, Port St. Lucie. Raymond and Barbara Deck. Is there anybody here representing them? Melissa Brubaker, please.
For the record, I am submitting 2 photos, one dated March 7, 2013, and one dated April 1, 2013. 190 Solaz was cited for 1-9-32 overgrowth. This property is in foreclosure, and staff recommends this be referred to the Board of County Commissioners for compliance.
Okay.
What's the deal on Solaz Avenue? It's like our third or fourth one.
Yes, that's the street.
It's the neglected town.
Looking for a motion, please.
Mr. Chairman, I have a motion.
Yes, sir.
I hereby move in reference to case number 75872 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony and recommendation of staff with regards to the existence of a violation, we determine the conditions caused by the violation presents a serious threat to the public health, safety, and welfare of staff, and is directed to notify the St. Lucie County Commissioners of the conditions.
Okay, thank you very much.
Second.
Second by Mr. Taylor. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, number 5, case number 75792, location violation 6905 Ocala Avenue, Crystal Cruz and Gary Roberts. Ms. Watzel, please.
For the record, I'm submitting 3 photos dated April 1st, 2013. 6905 Ocala Avenue is in violation of 1-9-32 overgrowth and 13.09.00 exterior property maintenance, Article 103.5 unsafe building structure, to please secure the property from unintended entry. The property has been in foreclosure for over 3 years, and after receiving complaints, the staff and visiting the property, we're asking the board to refer the case to the Board of County Commissioners for abatement.
Okay, thank you very much. You know, I thought Gary Roberts was in the nursery business.
Maybe it's
So he
a
must have
different one.
lawnmowers, if that's
Maybe
the
it's
same
a different
gentleman.
one.
Pardon me?
Maybe it's a different one.
Could be, very possible. We're looking for a motion, please.
I hereby move in reference to case number 75792 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case and the testimony and the recommendation of staff with regard to the existence of a violation, we determine the condition caused by the violation presents a serious threat to the public health, safety, and welfare, and staff is directed to notify the St. Lucie County Board of County Commissioners of these conditions.
Okay, here a second.
I second.
Second by Mr. Murdoch. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Number 6, case number 75793, location violation 7304 DeLand Avenue, Fort Pierce, Florida, Judith B. Graziosi. Okay, Ms. Watzel.
For the record, I'm submitting 3 photos dated April 1st, 2013. 7304 DeLand Avenue was found in violation of 1-9-32 overgrowth and 13.09.00 exterior property maintenance, Article 103.5 unsafe building structure, to secure the property from unintended entry. The property owner abandoned the house, and staff is receiving numerous complaints from the surrounding properties. And after visiting the property, we are asking the board to refer this case to the Board of County Commissioners for abatement.
Okay, did they abandon it? Is it in foreclosure, I suppose?
It's not in foreclosure.
It is not?
No, we have a fine on it already for $5,000.
Okay.
It was dismissed, and she's walked away.
Wow.
Wow, isn't that amazing? Okay, we're looking for a motion, please.
I hereby move, you want me? Go ahead. Go ahead.
The left side.
I hereby move in reference to case number 75793 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in the case, the testimony, and the recommendation of staff with regard to the existence of a violation, we determine the condition caused by the violation presents a serious threat to the public health, safety, and welfare, and staff is directed to notify the St. Lucie County Board of County Commissioners of these conditions.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Curry. Do I hear a second?
Second.
second.
Sorry.
Okay, second by Ms. Monahan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. You know, doesn't it make you wonder if we dismissed this before when it came in, what the thinking is on this, where you would just walk off and leave something like
It
this?
stuns me.
Because it looks like a beautiful home.
You've got an investment and you just walk away.
Yeah, some people have different reasons, I'm sure. Okay, number 7, case number 75873, location of violation 1919 North 51st Street, as Delma Simon. Is it Del Simon?
Is Delma.
Is Delma? Yes, Edward Roseberry, please. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
I know you've been very quiet over there, but now we're going to call on you.
Thank you.
All right.
For the record, I'm submitting 6 photos, one dated March 8th, 2013, one dated March 12th, 2013, 2 dated March 22nd, 2013, and 2 dated April 1st, 2013. 1919 51st Street was found in violation of 1-9-32, overgrowth of grass and weeds, and 13.09.0, unsafe structure, exterior property maintenance, Article 103.5. This property has been abandoned by the owners with no foreclosure. There have been numerous complaints on this property, and staff recommends this be referred to the Board of County Commissioners for abatement.
Okay, thank you very much. We're looking for a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I have a motion.
Yes, sir.
I hereby move in reference to case number 75873 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony and the recommendation of staff with regards to the existence of a violation, we determine the conditions caused by the violation presents a serious threat to the public health, safety, and welfare, and staff is directed to notify the St. Lucie County Board of County Commissioners of the condition.
Thank you, Mr. Holland.
Second.
Second by Ms. Monahan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, that's the end of those. Number 8, case number 75865 has been abated. We are now going into the fine reduction hearings. Okay. Number 1, case number 63546, location violation 5606 Fort Pierce Boulevard, Fort Pierce, Florida. Violator Nicholas J. Antonis. Yes, sir. Thank you for being so patient.
I'm Jeff Benner. I'm the real estate broker with Integrity Realty.
Okay, and Jeff Benner? B-E-N-N-E-R?
B-I-N-N-E-R.
B-I-N-N-E-R. Okay, sir, would you raise your right hand and be sworn in?
Do you tell the truth, the whole truth? Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
And could you give me your address, please?
345 Southeast Port St. Lucie Boulevard, Port St. Lucie, 34952.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have anything on that?
Oh, it's from last month?
It is, and you held your paperwork, did you?
No, but Brad did.
Oh, he did.
Mr. Curry did.
Mr. Curry's a very nice person.
I fell down on the job.
You did. That's right, but you were on time, so that makes a difference.
I can't do it all.
That's right. It's difficult being a housewife, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear. Okay, sir, would you like to talk to us? Give us some information as to why you're here.
The owner of the restoration company we listed the property. Actually, one of my agents listed the property that no longer works for me, and it's the second one we did for a company like this. They're a nonprofit organization that I guess the person that owned this house and the lot decided passed away. The property got put into an estate. They donated the property to Restoration America, which is some kind of nonprofit organization up north in another state. An attorney in New Jersey closed it, did the title work for them. When I got the property and went up there and seen that the lawn and the whole lot was in the shape it was in, I paid a guy $275 to come in and clean it up. I found a buyer for it in less than a week. They had paid contractors to come in here and restore the house. They did some of it and walked away with their money. So the house did sit there. I had no idea how long it sat there, but the grass and everything was just tremendous. Piles of junk and stuff on there that I had removed. And I do have a new owner in there now that is taking care of the place. I did take 2 pictures yesterday of the outside of the house to show that they have finished the work on the inside. They're living in there, and they really cleaned the place up. You don't even know it's the same house as when they built it.
So you're actually, but did I understand? So the people that still own this are in New Jersey?
No, we closed the deal because when I found the buyer for it, there was still title and deed problems with it. There was not clear. They couldn't give them clear title. Okay. So the title company here had to contact that attorney in New Jersey. It was really a mess.
Okay.
And we got it all figured out, got it closed. They were asking for that $5,000 lien to be, the fine, the $5,000 to be reduced and just pay the fine. The seller is a nonprofit organization. The buyer is, they paid $40,000 for the house in the condition it was in. It'd be nice if they could put that $5,000 in into the refurbishment of the house.
Well, we understand, yeah, it's nonprofit people always, but yes, Mr.
I have
Curry.
a couple questions.
Yes.
So I'm still confused. Who owns the property today? Not Restoration America, Patrick Finnegan.
Yes.
Private citizen.
Okay, I don't understand. I thought if there's a lien on the property, how can they do the sale without satisfying the lien?
Well, they did it in the contract that the buyer would be responsible for that. Restoration, what we did was we put $5,000 in escrow in case we couldn't get the fine reduced. So the money is there at the title company to pay the fine if needed.
That makes sense. Yeah.
No, that's pretty sketchy.
Yeah, I wouldn't have let my people buy the house with that $5,000 outstanding fine without knowing it's taken care of. But I usually don't do this, but it's a case where it is a nonprofit organization. The people that bought the house really wanted the house, and they have really cleaned the house up. And I thought even as a real estate broker in town, I thought that's what our goal was.
And these people are nonprofit. Do they have other properties here in town?
No, not that I know of.
Okay.
They had one down in Stewart that I sold for them. Everything was fine, and this one, that's all I know of. There's one person in New Jersey that I talked to, and there's one person in Indiana that I've talked to. So I honestly can't say that I know what the nonprofit organization is for.
Okay. All right. Very good. We understand that. We appreciate you, being honest with us. Staff has a recommendation here, which I think seems somewhat reasonable. Well, where we are, where we've been, and what's going on. And I don't know if the board has any questions. But at this time, if there are no other questions, I think that we need to go forward with some kind of...
Mr. Chairman?
Mr. Curry?
I hereby move in reference to case number 63546 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. The fine of $5,000 imposed by the Code Enforcement Board is hereby reduced to the amount of $1,250. The reduced fine must be paid within 30 days of this hearing, or the fine will revert back to the original fine of $5,000. And I also would like the fee of $150 for the prosecution costs, I guess, to be paid.
Okay, there was a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Huffman. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Okay, sir, you've got it reduced to $1,250, and you heard the motion, also $150 prosecuting costs.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for your time. Okay, we have one more, I believe. Number 2, case number 72779, location violation 134 Arosa Boulevard, Port St. Lucie, Florida. Violator Samuel B. Lewis. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Would you please state your name and address?
Samuel Lewis, 134 Northwest Arosa Boulevard, property address.
Okay, would you please raise your right hand and be sworn in?
You affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Don't we need his address? Not the property
134.
address? He said the property address. Don't we need your mailing address?
Do you have a mailing address?
461 Southwest Meadow Terrace, Port St. Lucie.
Excuse me?
Southwest Meadow Terrace, 461.
461 Southwest Meadow Terrace. So you don't live at this address?
No, it's occupied by tenants.
Okay, very good.
I have, if we can go back to that photo, please. I see that they've since thrown 2 more items into the area.
Sir, you have to speak into the
I've seen that
microphone.
2 more items have been thrown into the sandbox. Looks like an inner tube and something else. I have constant problems with these tenants. I have 3 or 4 items that I wish to bring in my favor. First of all, I don't think the gravity of the situation is so serious like all these other photographs that show awful eyesores from the street or sidewalk. This is not visible from the street or sidewalk. The front of the house is perfectly normal. I don't know if there's a photo of the front of the house, but the front of the house does not affect the public welfare. What's affected here was the tenants or their children specifically just like to use that for debris and weed growth and other things which they wouldn't take care of. So that's point one. This is not visible from the street or sidewalk to be a public eyesore like so many of these other photographs. Secondly, I was incapacitated and bedridden from July of last year until mid-November, where I couldn't walk, I couldn't limp, I couldn't get my mail. There's no service of process. I would think there should be service of process to prove that some of these people received notice of the violation. Once the violation was received, the certified mail was not received by me. Once I was aware of it, I cured this within 90 days. This wasn't something that was lasting for a year or more like so many of these violations. So I did take care of it. I'm here today even though I don't want to be. I feel terrible. I'm under the care of several doctors. So I'm pleading with you to let this go as just the prosecution cost, which I think would be fair. If the prosecution costs are too low, maybe they should be increased. They all seem to be $200 on every case. I noticed that for the last 3 months. But this is not a situation like the others, which is a public eyesore, and it was taken care of once I became aware of it. I couldn't do property inspections. I wasn't aware of it.
Okay, sir. Is it my turn?
Yes.
You okay?
I'm okay. I'd like to...
All right. I have a question here, and you've given us a lot of insight into things you think should happen. But I have a question. You say that you were in the hospital from July?
No, I wasn't in the hospital. I was bedridden.
You were bedridden?
Contemplating surgery.
And you rent this property out?
I rent it out.
How long have you owned the property?
About 4 or 5 years.
4 to 5 years. And you're telling us that you didn't know that the property was in this condition? That's what you're telling us?
Not the back of the property. I had somebody drive by the front and it looked normal.
Okay. Just a moment, please. We're going to have some... Yes. Would you like to go sit down,
yeah,
sir?
I'd like to sit down.
Just come over and sit down and we'll...
Here, sir, if you want to go ahead and
right
sit
here.
then there's a microphone.
How is that?
Better.
We try to make it easy for everybody if we can.
I had somebody drive by to see that the front was normal and the grass wasn't overgrown, but again, the back wasn't visible, and that's where the violation was, and it did exist.
Yeah, and I understand what you're telling us, but what I don't understand, if you're the landlord and you have tenants there and you've owned it for 4 years, and when was this done back in, when did we first see this? Can we go back on this a little bit?
I think it was June of last year.
It comes in
June or July.
The property was cited June 27th of 2012.
Who filled the pool in? Did you?
I hired it out and spent over $2,000.
So you hauled in all these rocks to fill in the pool?
I hired that to be done, yes.
But you didn't, now it's just a big sandbox. It's not like concreted over.
As soon as the rainy season gets here, I think putting grass or sod on top would be nice. But for now, it's just the largest sandbox in St. Lucie. 15 by 30 foot sandbox, which is clean and easy. It's not a safety hazard. Well, I spoke to Officer Brubaker. She agreed it's not a safety hazard for somebody to fall in and get injured.
Well, that's the reason that you were cited. But you got cited when it wasn't filled in, correct?
Wasn't completely filled in, correct.
And that's why you're here.
Yes.
And you saw that as a landlord. You knew what was happening there.
Yes,
so that's what I'm trying to.
Yes, that was in the process.
That's what I'm trying to get to, because you're telling us a lot of things that we should do, and I'm just trying to let you know there's probably some things that you should have done also.
If I didn't get injured, I think it would have been completed, and there wouldn't have been a citation.
Very good, sir. Thank you. I don't have any. Does the board have anything else? I know staff has a recommendation here, which I feel is very strongly about. But it's up to the board to make a decision.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I don't think that, he's made every effort to fix it and has done due diligence to take care of the
Okay.
problem.
It's up to the board to make their,
Does the county have any issue with safety here as far as it, doesn't have sod or the concrete around it or anything like that, or the way it was filled in?
No, we don't.
Okay.
Chairman?
Yes.
Oh, may I just add a comment?
Yes.
Just to further your edification on this, it would appear, and even myself, I questioned, are you allowed to fill in a pool with riprap and that type of stuff?
Right.
And there is nothing in the building code that, other than you demo a pool when the whole thing comes out of the ground, they fill it with dirt. There are no regulations. So this is not prohibited by code to do what he did. It is allowed. It seems a little odd. It's not something we see every day. And he's trying to fix his problem. We even checked with other municipalities, and I think I only found one municipality that actually had a regulation in a code of ordinances that stipulated they wouldn't allow this. You had to fill it in a certain way. They had standards for it. But other than that, it is permitted. We don't see it as our acting building official is here, nor does he see it as a safety hazard.
Okay, my thought on that when I spoke earlier was that, being a landlord and having had the property for 4 years, and at some given time he must have noticed this and telling us all the things that we should do, or things that he would advise us to do.
Oh, absolutely. I wasn't trying to be argumentative to the board.
Yeah, and I understand. I appreciate it. It's well taken.
Okay.
But I was just trying to get across the point here that I think maybe
I can clarify
we appreciate what he has done, and we'll just go forward from there, and the board will make a decision.
To clarify that, I was required to put a fence around it. When I purchased it, it had an empty pool with a plastic torn liner, which could not be replaced. So I was cited for the previous owner's situation, and you can see the remnants of the one part of the fence there. A 4-foot fence was required. I put 5-foot fence all around it. Since then, 2 sides have been removed.
Okay. All right. Very
so
good.
It's not like I've just ignored it. I couldn't correct the problem that fast.
Okay.
But I did have it fenced.
Mr. Chairman, I have a motion if everybody's done with their questions.
Is everybody done? Okay, Ms. Monahan.
I hereby move in reference to case number 72779 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. The fine of $5,000 imposed by the Code Enforcement Board is hereby reduced to the amount of 0. The prosecution cost of $200 is still active and should be paid within 14 days of this hearing, or the fine will revert back to the original fine of $5,000.
Okay, there is a motion on the floor. Do I hear a second?
I second.
Okay, second by Mr. Murdoch. I would like roll call, please.
Mrs. Monahan?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Fogg?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Hoffman?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Taylor?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Murdoch?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Curry?
Yes, ma'am.
We have a tied board.
We do have a tied
That's a
board.
tie.
Okay.
Now what happens?
Motion fails.
Okay.
Motion fails. Okay, we're looking for a new motion, please.
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
I hereby move in reference to case number 72779, the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. The fine of $5,000 imposed by the Code Enforcement Board is hereby reduced to the amount of $500. The prosecution costs will be $200. This reduced fine and prosecution costs must be paid within 30 days of this hearing, where the fine will revert back to the original fine of $5,000.
Okay, there is a motion on the floor. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Mr. Curry. Thank you. Okay. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Monahan?
Yeah. No, I'm voting no for that. No, ma'am.
Mr. Fogg?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Hoffman?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Taylor?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Murdock?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Curry?
It doesn't matter. No, ma'am.
Okay. We're looking,
Another motion?
looking for another motion, please. Somebody on the board has to make a motion. We have to finalize this. Mr. Curry?
I'll do it. I'll make another one.
Okay.
I'll try another one.
Okay. There is a staff's recommendation,
I don't want that one,
obviously.
obviously. What is this, a fine reduction? I've lost my place.
Yeah, number
Page 15.
Thank you. All right, boys. I hereby move, in reference to case number 72779, that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. The fine of $5,000 is imposed by the Code. The fine of $5,000 imposed by the Code Enforcement Board is hereby reduced to the amount of $300. This reduced fine must be paid within 14 days of this hearing, or the fine will revert back to the original fine of $5,000, period.
Okay, do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Curry. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Monahan?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Fogg?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Hoffman?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Taylor?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Murdock?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Curry?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this motion fails. We're looking, so we have to have, Mr. Taylor?
Hereby move in reference to case number 72779, that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. The fine of $5,000 imposed by the Code Enforcement Board is hereby reduced to the amount of $1,250. Prosecution cost of $200 remain imposed. This reduced fine must be paid within 30 days of this hearing, or the fine will revert back to the original fine of $5,000.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor. Do I hear a second? Can the chairman make a second?
Pass the gavel to the vice chairman and make the second.
Mr. Vice Chair? I will second the motion.
No, the
Yes.
vice chairman should handle the motion.
You handle the rest of the,
Okay. Okay, we have a second. Looking for a roll call then?
Mrs. Monahan?
Excuse me? No, ma'am.
Mr. Fogg?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hoffman?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Murdock?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Curry?
No, ma'am.
Or a tie?
Okay, I'll make a motion. I like this.
Oh, but,
I forget the case number.
listen,
It's right here.
okay.
Yeah,
I
Mr.
will
Lewis, you're
revert
liking
back.
this too, I know.
Can I volunteer to pay double the prosecution costs?
We're in the middle of making a motion, sir, so no, you're not.
Mr. Chairman, if I could just make one recommendation.
Yes.
After the next motion is seconded, if it's seconded, why don't you open it up to discussion?
That's a
and let
very
the
good
board members discuss among themselves
Right now,
as
yeah.
to why, well, it's more appropriate to be
Yes.
under a motion. And explain your positions and why you think it should be one way or the other, and maybe you can come to some kind of consensus.
Okay, thank you very much. That's a very good idea.
Okay, I hereby move in reference to case number 72779, that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. The fine of $5,000 imposed by the Code Enforcement Board is hereby reduced to the amount of $400. This reduced fine must be paid within 30 days of this hearing, or the fine will revert back to the original fine of $5,000, and there's no prosecution cost paid. And I'm up for discussion.
Okay, there's a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, second by Ms. Monahan. We're going to open board on question.
I just think that this gentleman was in bad health and he wasn't able to take care of it. He's doing the best he can with tenants that are somewhat of a pain, and I think we can all understand what that is. And he's taking care of it, so I don't think the $1,200, I think is too much. And he offered, I heard through the grapevine, he offered to pay double the prosecution costs, so I felt like that was something he felt was fair. It's more than what Ms. Monahan made in her last motion, so the $400 was what I felt was fair.
I think there was I'm sorry, Ms. Monahan.
300, and then.
Well, I feel like that I would rather, this is not the best case scenario in my mind, that he has filled it in with rock and put dirt on top of it. I did hear him say he was thinking about sodding that. So that's not the best case scenario in my mind, but it is so much worse having an algae-filled swimming pool there that is a danger to everybody. I think that, he didn't get all that thrown in there for free. He had to pay to have that done. And I just think the county has no issue with it. It's abated in my mind.
Okay, I'm going to go right through the board. Mr. Taylor? You have some input on this, please, sir.
He has taken care of the problem with the pool. He did do due diligence on that. I agree with Ms. Monahan. There was probably a considerable cost to do that. The fencing, he put it up. Look, it's taken down. Maybe somewhat of more supervision of the property of the tenants, maybe, and do. But I think he's pretty upset with them already. The double prosecution cost, that seems to be fair. And his party stepped up and did say he would, volunteer to do that. And I commend him for that.
Can I jump back in? I forgot something.
I'll get back to you in just a minute. Okay. Yes, sir. Your turn.
I'm in total agreement with Ms. Monahan. The problem was cited, it was taken care of in as fast of a method that the man could take care of it with his conditions.
Okay.
So I think it's a non-issue at this point.
Okay. Mr. Hoffman?
I would ditto everything that's been said. The only thing I would add is, as a property owner, and particularly as one renting property, regardless of your medical conditions that one undertakes, there is that endless responsibility to the property, which can be delegated to someone else if you cannot do it yourself the next time. That's the only thing I would suggest. Delegate it to someone else under those conditions. But the proposal as mentioned, I agree with it.
Okay, I'll go back to Ms. Monahan.
I'd like to know what your intent is with that little piece of fence back there. Can we get rid of that?
I'll probably remove it. It's no longer required. And as far as the sod goes, I don't think during the dry season I could count on the tenants to spend any time watering sod. So possibly when the rainy season starts in July, it would be worth it.
I understand that.
But no, the fence is no longer required, only while it was empty and a hazard for safety purposes. So I'll probably have that removed, just because that doesn't look so nice.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And I will state my case on that. And I know that I said earlier, and I kept going back to staff's recommendation, and the staff has an expense, when they go out and do things and all that. And I guess what I was saying to you, and unfortunately I'm sorry that you were bedridden and such as that, but I was thinking before that when you had other tenants there, and we finally found this, and we cited you. And this is how this come up. However, I will agree with the board on what their decision is going to be and all that, but I just wanted you to know that there was just an area there that was a gray area in my mind, as, that we had to come cite you for this before this kind of got taken care of. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And that's why. So in a nice way, I'm just trying to let you know. Okay, there is a motion and a second. We're looking for a vote at this time. Roll call, please.
Can you tell me what that motion was again?
Motion was for a fine of $5,000 imposed by the Code Enforcement Board reduced to the amount of $400 and that there's no prosecution cost.
Okay, roll call, please.
Mrs. Monahan?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Fogg?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hoffman?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Murdock?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Curry?
Yes, ma'am.
There you go, sir. And you have, a period of time to do that. But thank you very much for coming. We're sorry we kept you so long. This is a little unusual, but I think it was for the good of the board.
Who do I pay that to?
You'll see the lady over there in the corner. Or maybe she can come to you. I don't know what she needs or whatever. Okay. Is there any other business? Any staff business? Any public comments? Thank you from the Sheriff's Department, sir. I'm sure you found it enlightening, sitting back there relaxing. Just think you could be out on the road working. Thanks again. Okay. The meeting is adjourned at 10:35.